welcome to my kitchen. My name is Cheri and today is Tuesday. So I've got another great tip for you guys today, and today is all about making your own seasoning blends. But before I get started, let me just say if you like food and you like fun, you're in the right spot. So don't forget to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any notifications. All right, so the first seasoning that we're going to do today is a chili seasoning. So of course it is great for chili, but it's also good to put in a lot of different soups. It's good in meatloaf, it's good in sloppy joes, just lots of different things. So the first thing we need for this is 2.5 teaspoons of chili powder. And I have got my Pampered Chef adjustable measuring spoon. So these are awesome because they slide back and forth. So I really just need the one or the other. I don't have to have all the different measuring spoons. All right, so I said 2.5 teaspoons of chili powder. Well, that might be a little more. And these don't have to be exact, And that's the great thing about making your own, because if you like a little more chili powder or you like a little more, we got a big old hunk in there. You can do that. You can add a little more or leave out a little if it's something you don't care so much for. All right, so then we need a tablespoon of cumin. That's about good. We're just going to rough measure today. All right, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. This we got to take the lid off. Next one is 1 tablespoon of paprika. And I had to write these down. There was no way I could remember all of these. Tablespoon of onion powder. One and a half teaspoons of oregano. And that is why I really love this. It has a teaspoon and a half on it. So you won't find that a lot of places. It's great if you want to half recipes. So oregano goes in. And then, of course, a little bit of salt. And about a teaspoon of pepper. If I can get it open. There we go. So I'm just going to give this a quick stir. And this is for chili, but I'm going to probably sneeze. I think I got pepper in my nose. But you could also put a little bit of coriander in here. You could up the chili powder and the cumin, and you'd have yourself some taco seasoning. So it's very versatile. I mean, this is just great if you don't have it on hand. You can make it yourself, excuse me. All right, then I have these little containers here that I use to put my own spice blends in, and I will put a link to, I don't remember where I got these, so I will look for some on Amazon that I think are similar, and I will put a link on there for y'all. All right, so there is our chili seasoning. I'll find a label for this later, and we're going to put that aside. So the next one we're going to make is a ranch seasoning. And the first thing I need is 2.5 tablespoons of parsley. Okay, so the next thing we need is 2 teaspoons of dill. Two and a half teaspoons of garlic powder. So there's also a 2.5 teaspoon on here as well. So 2.5 teaspoons of garlic powder. And then 2.5 teaspoons of onion powder also. Oops. 2 teaspoons. Oh, that doesn't fit that one. It fits this one. 2 teaspoons of minced onion. And then, of course, salt and pepper again. All right, and then we'll give this a stir. All right, then we'll just go ahead and add this one to our container. Try not to make a mess. All right, then the next one we're going to do is a salt-free seasoning. So this is going to be like your Mrs. Dash. So it's great if you have high blood pressure. And it's really, really easy to make. So this one's going to be 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. I definitely got pepper on my nose now. All right, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of onion powder. And of course, I'm going to have these recipes listed below in the description, I should say. Let's see, tablespoon of chili powder. Whoops. And you know what? I was putting 2 teaspoons in here. We got to put more. I messed that up. So a little bit more than that. There we go. Same with our onion powder. But again, like I said, the full recipe will be in the description below for all of these. And I might include a couple of extra recipes too. I'm gonna sneeze sooner or later. Okay, chili powder. We need a tablespoon of chili powder. Close enough. 1 tablespoon of paprika. Tablespoon of parsley. And then the thing that's probably going to make me sneeze, some pepper again. All right, so we're going to give this one a stir. All right, so I'm going to add this one to my spice container. Yeah, I made a little bit of a mess there, but that's okay. All right, so our next one, our last one I'm going to show you is for an Italian seasoning. And that's salt-free one. I forgot to mention, this is just really good on anything. I mean, chicken, fish, steaks, hamburgers, you name it. It's good for that. Okay, so Italian seasoning, we need 4 teaspoons, or let's start with our garlic powder. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder this time. Okay, so it is 2 teaspoons, not 2 tablespoons. And then the rest of this recipe is really, really easy to remember because it's just 4 tablespoons of each of these. So the first one I have is oregano. Second one is basil. Next up, we've got rosemary, and I think there's just about 4 teaspoons, in there. So I'm going to dump the whole thing. And then the same with my thyme. So far we got oregano, basil, rosemary, thyme, and then the last 2 is margarine, not margarine, marjoram. We won't put margarine in here. And savory. And of course, this is good for dressings, but this is also great as a marinade. It's one of the things that I really like to marinate steak in, is like an Italian dressing. And it's good for one of my favorite things. I have a recipe for shrimp and veggies with this that I use like on a sheet pan, and I do it in the oven. All right. So that's our last one. And like I said, I think I'll put a couple extra. I do have one for a taco seasoning as well. And I've got one for a jerk seasoning. So I think I'll put all of those in the description below. So be sure to check those out. And I thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next Tuesday with another tip. Bye.